says she's a wheelchair user and she's not going to get any sort of disability. She says she has a lot of conditions. I wonder if it's true. No, it's not true, because as you see in the picture there was no wheelchair in sight. Scoliosis, you would not be able to sit on a freaking ground for hours with that issue. Somebody with scoliosis had commented to us saying that there's no chance on this goddamn planet that they've got scoliosis and they wouldn't be able to sit on the ground like that. She slipped up the other day saying she didn't get the mobility part. Well, yeah, she may not get the mobility part, correct, but she will be getting
the mobility part if she's got that bad.
Exactly. How
she's in a wheelchair?
How has she not got the mobility part if she's in a wheelchair? That means she doesn't need the wheelchair, right? However, she will be getting maybe a lower rate or a higher rate, or the middle rate, sorry, for her issue that she has with rugs. I hope she sorts herself out one day. To be fair, Richard says, doubt it. I thought she was sorting herself out, when she washed her hair. I think it was like last month.
Oh, well done. She had an annual shower.
Right. I thought, I think, you know what, she's sorting herself out. I think she's doing well. And I said this to Richard and he went, she's not going to change. She'll never change. And how right Richard was.
Literally a few days later.
She definitely gets money. Oh, yeah, she gets a lot of money.
Literally within a matter of a couple of days, it was like, boom. Sorry, I'm just behind on comments. I've never seen her sleeping on the streets. She doesn't, that's it. Why does she never sleep there? Because she lives round the corner. Why would she sleep on the streets when she's got a place to sleep in?
Exactly, but that's what a lot of people done. People had even commented to us on that video saying they weren't aware that she was on TikTok. Some people have said, I've given money to her walking past. I genuinely felt sorry for her. I regret doing this now. I didn't know she was on TikTok. I thought she was actually homeless. Well, she doesn't. I know her quite well. Is that you? Is that the boyfriend on the alternative profile, Owen?
Yeah.
Owen says he knows Maria quite well. Why? Well, then, if she's such a rough sleeper, then Owen, why haven't you helped her? If she's got all these problems, why haven't you helped her? Why haven't you been a friend and turned around and said, Maria, stop doing this?
That actually helped her when she was with Neville, when she was on the Jeremy Kyle thing.
She's just been on Live and Gifted again. I don't know if she's on Live again. Is she on Live still? I don't know if she is. It hasn't been washed since. That's it. I thought she was actually...
What hasn't been washed since?
I know people in a hostel claim... Yeah, she says you can't claim in a hostel. She's just a downright liar. How does the hostel get paid for? I live in Brighton. She's outside Tesco Express most days. Yeah.
No, she's not on.
How can she charge her phone if she's not got a home? Exactly.
But she has.
I can't either, especially when she's targeting. Yeah, she targets vulnerable people. I seen a comment, somebody said, I walked past Brighton and she grabbed my leg and asked for a quid. And I'm like, she should not be grabbing anybody. I don't think they were vulnerable. However, is this a new video? Yes, James, it was literally done this week. It was on Monday.
Monday, yeah.
We recorded that on Monday. She, as most people said, she's at Tesco Express most days. She goes on the streets during the day, and then she comes on around about 6ish to, in the night time coming on live.
She was on about 2:00 last night, and we were obviously in bed, because we actually had things to do, in the daytime, work and things like that. But
read Sam's comment. I can't see Sam's comment. She wished me unalive because I refused to send her money.
Yikes.
Wow. See, that's what I'm saying. She's not a pleasant person.
Well, maybe we should send something to her.
No, I wouldn't go as low as that.
No, I meant with our book.
If she touched me, I'd go mad at her. Yeah, but that's the thing. There's people out there who are on the street. There is people who are out there on the streets, and she's just not one of them. She gets really supported very well.
I'm talking about our book, Mummy.
Oh, no.
Why can't we do that?
Could do. She asked me to buy her scratch cards a few weeks ago. What? I said my son died and I work, and she was horrid. Wow. There was an ex. He's turned his life around and said she was still on it. Yeah. I mean, kudos to people who turn the life around. I thought she was turning her life around when she washed her hair.
No, I knew she wasn't.
And Richard said she's not. That's just her way of trying to get things from people.
And as it turned out, it actually was her birthday. That's why she had her annual shower. That's what it was.
She ended up coming out of the battle because he knew her. And I gave, don't blame.
No, she came out of the battle because she knew that we were watching her. And she knew it was being streamed. That's why she came out.
I do genuinely think she's being forced to do this. I mean, she's had so many opportunities to not have this life. However, with her current partner, I do believe that he makes her do all the work. And he does bare minimum. And he does take a large chunk of the money. However, they're sharing the rugs that they pay for. She can get out of that life if she wants to. But I think she just doesn't want to leave this person.
Large chunk.
Oh my God. If her partner can afford this, they are both... Exactly. I can't afford to smoke. I wouldn't want to. It's not good for you. But I used to smoke cigarettes and things, you know, and I can't afford to do it, you know.
Well, we could if we wanted to, but we don't actually want to.
It's too expensive. You've seen how much it is for a packet of freaking Backy now.
I bought those.
I can't justify it.
I bought those cigars the other day, and it was £5. 15 quid for 5 cigars, and I'm like, hang on a minute. Last time I bought these cigars, when was it? I bought them last year, wasn't it?
And it was like £9.
And it was like
I don't know how much it is for a packet of Backy, but when I bought them, it was 20 quid, and I was like, enough is enough. And that was the cheapest.
Last time
I don't think she's being forced.
No, she is. The last time I bought cigarettes, the last time I bought tobacco, I paid £15 for a 50-gram pouch.
You can't send her food parcels because she lives in a hostel.
You can send her food
But the thing is, I thought, like, if you had Uber Eats or something, right, which some people were offering her, you can meet them in the street outside.
Well, you can.
And not just that, wouldn't the hostel normally have, like, an office with somebody who lives in there 24/7?
Well, everyone knows where she lives anyway.
And they can say, oh, well, you know, I've been gifted this parcel to get some food. They would not have a problem with that. She's being exploited. I think if people know where she's been begging, you should call the place. I think she's still on rugs, or has absolutely 100% observer. I think that's actually correct.
Isn't it William Collier House or something that people were saying about?
I think so.
That's where she is, yeah. So if you want to send her some gifts and send her some love, send it to that. There you go. William Collier House. Go and send her some gifts and send her some love.
He doesn't love her, he's just using you. I don't think she's being forced at all. I think she is a very clever woman, to be fair. However, that's what I had an opinion on, and Richard is a bit like, nah, probably it's just like that, she just begs. I stayed in his life, he wasn't begging at all, and I often really think about the signs to look for. Sorry, I'm just behind on comments. Oh. She's not starving.
Oh no, she's eating way ahead of time.
The fact that people are gifting or funding this and they don't realise this world's crazy, but some people know, and I think the reason why some people gift is because she has 500 people in her life, and what she does, what these gifters do, they go, oh, well, I think I can get noticed and I can get people towards my account if I gift her because my account goes up. I think that's another thing that people do. People want a little bit of attention as well. She wants money, not gifts. Exactly. Maria's done this for years. Yeah, that's a good point. She's done this with several partners, so maybe I'm completely wrong on that.
About the food that I've been sitting in here.
Well, I don't know why you don't like the food that everybody else eats in the world. Show me what they brought you.
This, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's good. Good lunch.
I don't eat that. I don't
turn that down. I'm trying to.
I don't even know what that is. And this look like dog food.
You don't like meat?
I don't eat stuff like this.
That's good nutrition. That's good protein.
Like I don't eat beans at all.
She doesn't look malnourished, someone said.
I don't eat that kind of meat.
Sorry, I'm just behind her.
I haven't really ate nothing since I've been here.
You're not afraid to wear
You're not gonna fade away. That's what we need to do. You're not gonna fade away.
Oh my god. The bed bugs. She calls the shots.
I've
To
been here.
You're gonna fade away.
You're not gonna fade away.
Hang on. She calls the shots with her fellas all the time. Good point.
You're not gonna fade away.
She's been on YouTube as well.
Oh dear.
Like on her own account or like videos of her.
Oh, I love that.
She hasn't ever been rude to me yet.
So tell me,
Well,
what did you?
To be fair, like, she's been rude to a lot of people who've offered her gift cards and stuff. If you're giving her gifts, she's not going to be rude to you. Everyone over there feeding their habit. Exactly. What the hell is that? It's Maria Sully.
So tell me.
She's a
what did you-
bawling ball. She's not hungry. Wow.
Hello. I'm Dr. Nazardin.
Name's Ashley.
You are what, 27?
Yes, 27 years old.
So you're 725 pounds. Tell me.
Sorry, I'm
why you
behind
think
on
your
cover.
weight has gotten this high.
Jail her. I actually think there should be some sort of deterrent, to be fair.
Enough for.
I do think there should be some sort of deterrent for people like that.
It's like I never get full, and a lot of times I eat for comfort.
Who does the grocery shopping? Me.
Samantha, I feel like
My husband goes in for me.
Wait.
All right. Ashley
I can't recall.
Oh, what did I hear him go? Yeah,
That's
you've
not the
eaten
right-
ahead of time.
That's not the right one. I feel like you two have set off this trend exposing her. Well done, guys. Oh, hello, Samantha. How are you doing? She will get reported, then get a one will come off and come back on. Yeah, she probably will be back on. I don't think we were. Apparently, Sully isn't her name. Any ideas if that's correct?
No, it's not.
It's not. That's apparently her married name, but I don't believe she's married. I believe that's the name of her partner.
No, that she's not married.
It was pulling beforehand, but that was also another married name. But I think it's all of them are fake names. Maria Pullen, Maria Sully. I don't think either are a real name.
Money.
She was on Jeremy Kale for being on her back too much. Yeah,
well, yeah,
we
'cause that was
posted the
our
video. Do not judge people you don't know what has led them there. Shazza, everyone, oh, right, you know what, I'm going to pin this comment because everyone knows what's led her to this situation.
Oh yeah.
What is a Sully soldier? That's exactly what she
I want to be a
says.
Sunny soldier. Send us some gifts. Send me some love. Show me some love.
People who have empathy for this woman, knowing she's a terrible person and knowing that she's a rug addict, okay, and that she manipulates people, never tells the truth. You are part of the problem.
I'm addicted to your rug.
You are part of the problem. She told my partner she was going through chemo from the spot.
Oh my
What?
god. Well, she's clearly not. Look at her.
Most of these people are in homeless shelters in Brighton. Yep, she actually is.
Well, I mean, come on, look at. She's not going through chemo, is she?
Yeah, being great, ain't being on here in ages, and I just caught up on everything. That's what I'm saying. We've been on TikTok more than ever the past week.
Does she look like she's
We
going
haven't
through
been on
chemo?
for a while.
Does she look like she's not going through chemo, is she? Look at her.
I don't know how anyone can feel sorry for her. Exactly, like there is people who have, rug problems where I do feel sorry for them.
Bacterial
However, she's just not
vaginosis.
one of them. Listen to you, the right. I hate her, but you're no better. I don't know what do you mean, G? Understand Richard does have autism and
What did you
ADHD.
say?
Listen to you rightly, I hear, but you're no better. I don't have a
okay,
rug
yeah.
addiction.
Okay.
And we don't ask for gifts or
That's
anything.
fine. However, don't be.
Yeah. I'm looking at you.
What are you?
Yeah, we try to buy sanitary products and she said, give me cash, Aldi is cheaper. Wow. That's insane. Come on, people. Anyone that gifts her any more are contributing to her. I'm going to actually just pin that as well. I've just discovered on how to pin comments again.
Obviously, she's not got chemo. Look at the size of that.
The thing is with Richard, he says everything that comes in his mind straight away. He doesn't always think before he speaks. That's just part of his condition.
How many people do you have with chemo that size?
You've got, yeah, I know you've got a point. It's just, sometimes it is funny how you just say, how can you laugh at someone who is at the lowest point in life struggling with addiction as well?
Oh, quite easily.
Janny, you're part of the problem again. You enable her.
I can do it all day long if you want me to.
And look at the pinned comment. That's what you're contributing to. I wonder if her boyfriend is a user too. I've never seen him on camera, so I don't really know. I'm not entirely sure.
He is.
I believe he is.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
He was one of the people that were... Oh.
I offered to buy her shop and she blocked me. Yeah, that's a thing that she does, Trezzy. That's a thing. That's the thing that she does. When I first came across her, I felt sorry for her and I said, you can go to a food bank. There's lots of food banks where you don't need a referral and they give food. There's places that give food away. There might be some churches around there that will be giving food away on certain days. And it's like, I understand, like, people, like, somebody says, gotta say, please don't fat shame. However,
I love that.
However, the thing is, I even said, yeah, just because she's a bigger woman doesn't mean that she hasn't been hungry. That's why I felt sorry for her.
You're going to fade away, are you?
But she hasn't got a problem with... She's not hungry. She never is. She's always got food provided for her.
And she's not going to fade away, is she?
People with chemo lose weight quickly. And
she's not exactly malnourished, is she?
So that's a point that Christine has.
Not exactly malnourished.
People, that's exactly what happens. And if she's actually, if she's done that, I've never seen her personally do that. But if she's lied even about having the big C, that is just unreal. That's just the worst.
What, COVID?
No, cancer.
Oh. She's not got that, clearly.
She just wants cash. The Observer's correct. That's all she ever wants. She just wants cash. And
unless she's like that kid that was like, Aquaman!
She don't look hungry. The money she gets, she doesn't want anything but absolutely not enabling. I'm 19 years sober, so I've been in her position. So you've been 19 years sober. You're not in her position. Because you've been sober.
She hasn't got more than 7 days. She even admitted, I've not got more than 7 days in the last
Katie
20
Hopkins,
years.
she could go to John Lewis for rugs. Yeah, but it would be 5-finger discount even.
But is that...
Sorry, I'm just going to...
I just wanted to look at something. Bear with me, Oh, that's not the same one.
Oh.
There was one that went on to her profile, which actually was Katie Hopkins. And I wanted to see if it was her, but it's not.
She'll be on every night and then goes days out of life because she's made a mint back then. Yeah, she makes a mint in the streets as well because, to be fair, Brighton does get very, very busy and she's near the train station where she does it. So you've got to think there's people who are travelling.
It's 200 yards from the train station. That's why she does it. Yeah,
200 yards from the train station. So you think lots of people are coming off the train as well. But she gets food provided for her in the hostel. This was according to somebody who was in that hostel at the time. My brother-in-law lost his aunt to cancer. That's it. To lie about it is just awful. Who's the guy in the background? Mark. She's made over £200 in 1 week and still asking, saying it's for food and clothes. She doesn't buy new clothes, and food she gets it provided for, and she was eating in the live. She was eating something in the live.
Which one needs to go in the background, Mark? What?
Richard, can you message me, please? Well, we'll message when we get off.
Who's that?
It's not Polo.
Oh, okay.
She's made so much money this week already. I didn't know she had done that. That was me. She blocked me. Oh, so it was that Katie Hopkins account. She thought it was actually really Katie Hopkins, and she was saying she didn't know who you were.
Oh yeah, that's not. Oh, what? That's not the real Katie Hopkins, though, is it?
I don't know.
It's got 446,000 followers, so surely Katie Hopkins would have more than that.
if I've lived on the streets, I got myself out of it, show some empathy, it's not funny. You know what? But the thing is, why be empathetic to people who are awful people? I'm not going to show empathy to people who are awful. She's bullied people in the hostel. She's apparently lied about having cancer. She lies about being a rough sleeper. She's lied about being disabled.
If it is the real Katie Hopkins, then she is a legend. However, I don't think it is.
She's never told the truth once.
Katie Hopkins?
No.
Oh, Nigel Farage.
Cancer lies should be my mum's... yeah. I didn't know she'd done that. That's just lowest of the low. I'm from Brighton. She attacked me because I wouldn't give her money. Yeah, I've heard that she's done this to a few people. Grabbing them by the legs and...
Sorry, I was just thinking about Donald Trump there. Straight down the hole and grab him by the legs.
Oh my God. She attacked me because I got a sandwich instead of money. Yeah, she doesn't want food, she wants money. Which she lied about. Apparently so, Katie. I'm not entirely sure, but apparently she was telling someone that she needed money because she was getting chemo and that she was rough sleeping. She does come out with different stories when she is on the streets of Brighton. I've heard various different stories of that she said this and that, and it doesn't surprise me because she couldn't. What can you believe? You know what I mean? She's told lies so many times.
No, actually, no, it is that. Could be her.
Yeah, she's blocked us too.
Oh no, actually it's not.
She knew it wasn't the real Katie. She just didn't know who it was. That's what I'm saying. People were saying it was the real one, but I didn't think she was on.
I don't know. Well,
what do you mean bully people? There's people who've been in the hostel that she's at. She's been there for 6 years apparently, and there's people who've experienced bullying from her.
Is that the profile there?
I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, it is. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know nowadays.
Should have called the police. I think it's getting to the point where if she is grabbing people as such, I mean, I think there was another creator that videoed Brighton and she was still begging, literally 2 days after, like a day after we had put the video. There was police standing around there. The police just allow it to happen. And it's like, hang on a minute. If you say some hatey words on the internet, the police are straight at your door. But if you're doing something like her, using in the streets, begging in the streets, they won't move you on. She was trying to sell the earrings again today. Yeah, we had seen. But the necklace she was that she's apparently given away, which I don't believe she's sent off. That necklace she was wearing a month ago on one of the lives. There's a video of it. We will post that soon. I gave her money in Brighton because I said it was her birthday and was hungry, and then seeing it was doing the same thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've done this with beggars before, believing them. I've made that mistake myself, especially when I lived in Newcastle. I used to do it all the freaking time. And I hit a reality check when I got scammed by somebody who was sitting outside the Marks and Spencer's. It turned out that actually he lived near my boss and he was a multimillionaire himself, and he had his problems with alcohol. And I'm like, hang on, so you're telling me I gave money away for someone who's living in a freaking 5-bed apartment, which is actually worth a few million, nice one as well. And that's when I had reality checks with these type of people. I gave it my cab money and I walked home. Oh my God, Kelly. That's awful. I know what you mean though. I used to be like that, but what you hit reality and see what these people are. Someone rang the hostel that day saying she was being attacked. What? That's my mum. Okay, really? They knocked on the door to tell her. If she's attacking people, that's assault. Absolutely. That's what I will say. If anyone goes down to Brighton and she literally even slightly touches them, I would literally report her. Because she shouldn't even be touching anyone. Thank you for the gifts. We don't need the gifts, but what we do with the gifts, we just we don't ever withdraw them. What we do, we just do end up giving them to other people who do lives who actually deserve it. If she has no money, how can she post anything? Well, apparently the hostel charges are £40 a month for Wi-Fi. That was another thing people needed to pay for. She said gold-plated silver. That makes no sense. A lot of the stuff she was showing was from Temu, and that cross necklace was literally her own. Sully Soldier, why are people still gifting it? I actually do not know. Oh, Kelly, I mean, you have a kind heart, you do. However, I kind of feel bad that you had to do, like, you done that. I wouldn't have give her anything. I understand that you're probably not going to do it ever again. Us all going on rugs. Absolutely, Ella. Who is this lady? It's Maria Sully. Or Mark, whatever she's going by now. Temu. Yeah. Apparently she needs to pay service charges in the hostel. I think it gets actually covered. According to somebody who was in that hostel, they says the service charges get covered with benefits. Her real name is Maria Pullen. I think that name, Maria Pullen, is actually still someone she was married to, because she said something on a video that Jason Pullen was her ex-husband's cousin. And I'm like, hang on, somebody called Jason Pullen was your ex-husband's cousin, so that must have been another name as well. I don't think that's actually our original real name either. Yeah, I believe she got married at one point. I don't know if she's married again. She says it's her husband. I don't know if she's legally married this time, but I think she has been legally married before. You know, she's so poor that she can afford to actually even go like get married. She gets a lot. Yep, she does, Stephanie, absolutely. She's now apparently been denying that she gets PIP, but yeah, she's apparently got scoliosis and is a wheelchair user. I mean, you would get it for being a rug addict anyway. I saw the Jeremy Kyle of her. Funny. I haven't actually seen the full episode. We could only find the clip. If anyone's got the full episode, I would love to actually watch it. I actually miss Jeremy Kyle. When I seen her, she was falling asleep, but she said it was... Oh my god. So it's not just the H, it's the M stuff that she does now. She just doesn't want to recover. Does anyone know why she went to prison? I did not know she went to prison. That's a new one to me. Hang on, she lent someone a wheelchair. So she apparently was homeless in London at that point, because there was an American who came across her, was going to gift her gloves, and he came the next day, and she was like, I had my wheelchair stolen. And you know the reality of what happened is that the guy who was doing the video, he went the next day to gift her the gloves. He met her the day beforehand, and the next day she didn't have a wheelchair. Okay, he caught her out, and she said, "Oh well, I lent my wheelchair to someone, and it got stolen."
They
and
stole it.
Has anyone ever reported her? I believe many people have. She went to prison for not using soap. I'm not surprised. So that's what she went to prison for. That's not a surprise for shoplifting. She said last night she's been a few times. It doesn't surprise me. I feel sorry for any addicts. It's just the way she goes about it. Absolutely. There is some I feel sorry for, but the ones I feel sorry for is the ones where they try hard to help themselves. They've had deep-rooted traumas, and they're really open about it. And they were like, I've seen some when I worked in a pharmacy back in Glasgow. I've seen some, and a lot of them work. So like, I was surprised. A lot of them actually work. There was one that worked as security. There was one that worked as a chef. Some of them, granted, couldn't work. Because it was so bad for them with the MH. However, they never begged.
To get views. I don't like her, so just ignore her. Well, no, if you don't like it, Linda, why come on our profile and comment on it?
She stole the wheelchair. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, no, because they're on the fake profile. Look, 13 followers.
She's never had or needed a wheelchair, absolutely. I've reported a few times. She sent everything and said they don't have enough evidence. Wow. Why are you using a... Oh, I've seen that comment. She won't talk about what's going on. She's used online. I have seen a few videos where she's been absolutely give me gifts, guys. You know the difference in the way she's talking? Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, give me gifts, guys, and then she gets very sleepy, and then that's where you just know it's her on the rugs. I'm a first lieutenant in the Sully Soldier Beg regime. Oh my god. Does the DWP know about her gifts? Probably not. You're getting her more famous by talking about her. She was famous beforehand, Linda. That's why, we're kind of fangirled over her when we're going past Brighton. You know what I mean? We're like, a Sally Soldier! She was famous beforehand. I didn't expect, when we done that video, we didn't expect it to blow up,
Rose.
you know what I mean? We can't help how people react.
She looks like Lucy Rose.
She looks like Lucy Rose. Lucy Rose, to be fair, at least she calmed herself down with all the begging that she used to do. And that's why I don't pay her much attention at all. Lucy Rose was... she needs tractor tires. Need to see her leaving... Frickin' hell. What happened to her transitioning to a bloke? I believe that whole transition thing was a lie, and she got found out, right? I believe what she was planning was to say, hey guys, could you give me gifts? I need to buy hormones. And people would have went, you get that on the NHS, and because of her rug issue, she would not probably get any of it on the NHS. Do you know what I mean? I think it was going to be her way to get gifts, and she was going to start a GoFundMe, I believe. That's actually so bad. People will stop helping the ones truly in need because of her. Well, that's it. And I think to be the best thing to do, when you see people like this on the streets, do not give, because most homeless people do not do this. Most people are spending most of their time at the local civic centre or whatever, trying to get somewhere to live, going for housing officers. They're not going on the side of the street. That's not what homeless people do. If you want to help homeless people, the best thing to do is probably donate to a charity that you trust. Give them food. Yeah, give them food, and a real homeless person would be absolutely grateful of that. Things like even furniture, getting into a place.
What, a deck chair?
You're such a
One of
douche.
those fold-up chairs in a tent.
Well, yeah, I've helped a homeless couple in the past, and it was a Polish couple that was in Newcastle, right? They did not go in the city centre. They were hiding out in Lees's Park.
Give them a fold-up table, a fold-up chair, and a tent, and they'll be happy.
Because back when I was in Newcastle, right, I knew people who worked for a homeless charity, and to be fair, people still misused this charity. However, there was a Polish couple who was homeless, and they were sitting making their own den in Lees's Park. They weren't sitting begging in a city centre. They were trying to hide out, and they were saying, like, look, we go to the council every day and we couldn't get anywhere to live. And they were quite an older couple. They were in the 60s. And I had, like, a tent that was never used, and it was, like, an 8-berth tent. And I was like, give that to them. And you know what? They were the most grateful frickin' people. However, this is what annoys me the most. The police took the tent off them and said they're going to attract rug users. And they were like, but we're not letting anybody else in. So eventually the council did help them. But that's what you call genuine. You know the difference when you actually see them. You know what I mean? She's made out she's wanting to change due to the trauma. I've had trauma, but I'm happy being a woman. I understand that some people can have trauma and gender dysphoria, sorry. However, she doesn't have gender dysphoria. She doesn't have gender dysphoria at all. It was her way. I think her plan was to say, "Oh, guys, I want hormones and I want to get all this and gifts." But she knew people would call her out on it and go, "We want to see this happen if we give you the gift," and she knew that wouldn't work. I can't even get anything for a wee cat rescued, but folk are helping. Exactly. I'd rather help a cat. We have fake homeless around here, offer food, don't give money, certainly don't give TikTok gifts. Absolutely. Is that lady that's always begging? Yes. She's not live now. Yeah, I don't think she is. Her fella's just as mad, always asking for his precious. I did sit on the street like this in Aldershot where we all used to sit out like this. Fair enough. I brought a homeless man to a large coffee. He was so appreciated. That's it. You know the difference between people like ourselves who isn't homeless and genuine homeless. They are grateful for what you give if you give them food. Because to be fair, like back when I was in Newcastle, I had a habit of like constantly giving to the homeless. And some that I thought were homeless. And you start to pick up the differences. Some people were absolutely grateful for food. I remember there was a guy sitting next to Milligan's in Newcastle. And I went in, I think the sandwiches were £1 in Milligan's. And I said to him, "Would you like a sandwich?" I was like, "Would you like a sandwich or anything?" And he's like, and I was like, "They've got cheese ones, tuna." And he wouldn't answer me. However, I still went and bought him cheese and tomato one. And he literally just threw it and was like, "I don't like cheese and tomato." I'm like, hang on a minute. If you were hungry and starving, like, which he had on his little cardboard thing that he was hungry and that he needs money for a room, and that's how he was treating people. And you do get genuine homeless people, and they're mostly grateful for when you give them food and stuff. I have come across some homeless people which are alcoholics. And they've lost their homes. However, they were grateful when you gave them food. They didn't used to. I think there was a massive difference between that, like people who were alcoholics as well. She's the type of person that would try and charge us against someone with GBH for offering a bar of soap. Yikes! There's a fella I see with his dog. I always buy him a sandwich and dog food. He's always grateful. Yeah, that's someone who's probably genuine. You know what I mean, Yvonne? She's not genuine, no, not at all. I was homeless, never begged a day in my life. Exactly. She had over 1k over gifts. Exactly. She's had a lot in gifts. She has had a lot in gifts. Made a mistake of giving Guy £10 in London, then he went straight to his deal. Oh my god. That's awful. That's it. If you're in a hostel, like, yes, you're still classed as homeless being in a hostel or temporary accommodation. However, you've got a roof over your head. The point of a hostel is that you don't need to be on the street. You don't need to beg. I would completely understand begging on the streets if we're in the Victorian times where there was no hostels and no councils to give you temporary accommodation. Do you know what I mean? Well, if I can work out the genuine ones. Yeah, I mean, I was quite young at the time when I was in Newcastle working, and I used to just, like, you know, I would always have, like, spare change in me. I mean, I never used to, like, give much. It was like if somebody came up to us and went, "Hi, have you got change? I need to get this." It would be like 50 odd p, a few, like, a quid here and there. And I used to, walking up Northumberland Street, I knew I was going to get stopped 3, 4, 5 times. So I used to always, like, equally give it out. It normally happened on a Friday, but I realised the more I done this that these people weren't genuine. The ones that are genuine were hiding out, like, in the corners, you know, sleeping. You see them actually sleeping out. Some of them used to sleep at the old police station. They were genuine. And they were grateful for if you got them like a Greg's coffee, which is sometimes I used to do every morning. But people like Maria put those real homeless people at risk. There's a young couple on here that are struggling and homeless. It's a shame. I mean, there's a homelessness problem, no doubt. And I do think that the country, not just the government, but the country itself need to do more. Nobody should be homeless, but these people are going to struggle because of people like Maria. I've lost both parents, both grandparents, being homeless, being in emergency accommodation, still wouldn't beg. Exactly sure. She's just absolutely milking it and she's getting people to feel sorry for her. And obviously because of the truth coming out about her, people are not going to give to anybody anymore.
Hopefully.
I keep losing spoons in my kitchen. Do you think she may do me a deal? Yikes. They get over £600 UC plus Pip, he probably gets Pip as well. That's what I'm saying. They probably get quite a lot of money. And Richard worked out, like, if she's earning this amount on TikTok, and then she's probably getting a lot in Brighton because it gets very busy, and especially in the summer, if she's going to still be out begging when the weather's getting warmer, she's going to be earning an absolute mint. And as he says, it's on roughly about 50k a year at minimum. That's without the benefits. This lady sits outside of Tesco in Brighton, doesn't she? Yeah. And she's not homeless. Yeah, and people are falling for our lies. It's horrible. I've given genuinely homeless people a coffee and sausage roll from Greggs. Wouldn't give anyone cash. I think that's the best way to do things. I mean, I've been in the situation where I've given like my money away and I've given it to the wrong people who were possibly richer than I was, you know what I mean? I got more from using when I was homeless than I do in my now home. Wow. No one should be given to anyone they don't know anyway. I used to just have too much empathy back then. Anyone who gave me this sob story, I need to go, I've just been in hospital and I need to get a bus and I haven't got any bus fare, could you lend me some money? And I used to go, oh, they've got plasters on the hand and they do have like a little thing on their wrist from being in hospital. I believe them. And I used to just give my money, and then another one was like saying, I haven't got enough money for like a drink or anything. And I used to, instead of just going into a shop and getting them a drink, I used to just give them the money thinking they would spend it on that. And yeah. She'll be earning more than me. I work up to 32 hours a week. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. She earns more than most working people in this country. My mate passed away 3 weeks ago due to that's what's going to happen here too. Exactly, TikTok. But the thing is, everyone who gifts her is enabling her. She's in the perfect place for money, sitting there by the station. Yep, that's what we were saying earlier on. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's a very clever woman. She's not as vulnerable. She's not vulnerable. She's not a victim. She's not needing the money to live. She knows exactly what she's doing. She'd be making an absolute mint just being near Tesco Express alone. And I mean, on the day we got her, it was very busy. Sorry. And there had been people who had given to her when we were just in the traffic. So she makes quite a lot of money from the streets as well. Her partner goes out at about 10 p.m. She said to go and pick up Doggers up off the... Nah, the reason her partner goes out at 10 p.m. is probably for a reason. As I said, I think they take stuff every night. He's going out to meet somebody, because you not notice... on her live, he goes out, she does her thing on live, he comes back, and she goes off. You know what I mean? Someone needs to stand in the job centre with a clipboard when she walks in and watch her panic. We should get Richard.
Yeah, look how well his videos have done.
Richard, you should dress up. You should do dress. Well, you don't need to do dress up, really. You should walk up to her in Brighton and say that you're fining her. you should play it, or just pretend that you're from the DWPC and we've had a report about you. Just wind her up.
A proper pure little
Why is she not moving? Because it's a picture. Yep, and someone's money will kill her. Exactly. If people,
Hopefully.
that's what I'm saying. If people just cut off the gift, and people in Brighton were aware and stopped giving her money, she may be more willing to recover. And as I've said myself, if she gets up and recovers, right? She gets up and recovers. She fully gets off it, and she has to be off this for months. I will then turn around and go, "Good job, well done, Maria. Here's a little gift. There you go. Well done." But I will not. I would never gift her as long as she's doing what she's doing. If she goes out there and recovers, and say she does it for over a year, actually, I would turn around and go, "Well done. You know what? I was wrong about you. Well done." But however, I just don't believe she's ever going to do that. She's had every opportunity so far in this world, and she's never done it.
Yikes.
She goes there to beg so she can buy. Yep, exactly. That's all she does it for. I think I was on her live earlier. She was selling jewelry. Is she no good? She's not a jewelry seller. No. She's even lied about that jewelry, saying she's bought it from the lanes in Brighton. Some of it is from Temu or Shein, for a starter. The cross necklace that she was showing the other night, we've got a video of her wearing that same necklace a month ago. I don't get why she won't try and quit the H all these years that have gone by and she's still at it. I don't even know how she's alive. I am actually stunned that her veins haven't all gone, because that's what happens to a lot of these people. They run out of veins to use. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how she's still going. I am actually massively surprised. Yeah, that documentary was out years ago. I think, was it 2018 or 2017? That's when it was released anyway. It's wrong because there are poor families out there that get nothing and people pay for their addiction. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm more than willing to help anyone who is going through real troubles of real homelessness. But the fact that this woman's had so many gifts on TikTok, if she was genuinely homeless, which she isn't, she's in a hostel, she could have used that money for a deposit. And then with her other money, she could have, got the rent paid. But she doesn't want to do it. The jewellery is not brand new. We've literally got proof of a video of her wearing that cross necklace, and maybe some of the little gems are new. However, the Tree of Life one, that is actually just from Shein. We've got some of them ourselves because, as Richard was saying, he's bought them for the child to make bracelets and necklaces with. It's about £1 for about 10 of them on Shein. Do the police ever move her on? No, they don't, Jessie. I don't understand. She said she didn't get paid for the BBC doc then. I was asked about her using... Yeah, our story's changed. She did get paid, she didn't get paid. They paid for Baki, they didn't pay for Baki. They paid for food, they didn't pay for food. You can't believe a word this woman says on anything. I'm in Canada, I've watched it a few times, thanks for the information, no problem, Sherry. So she never got any new knickers, so just throws them at the wall to see if they stick. Oh, gross. Hi guys, hope you're okay. Yes, Lucy, we're good. How are you? Even her hostel are allowing it, despite it being against the terms and conditions and the docs and the location. Exactly. I don't understand at all. I really don't understand it. I don't know how the police don't intervene. They just let her do it. Because I can't remember the name of the YouTuber, but he was in Brighton the other day and he was walking past, and this was a day after we done that video. She was still out to Tesco begging, and you see her on the video, she's asking him for change. And this is what I'm saying, she doesn't give it up. But doing your veins in a pot in front of kids, just no words. Exactly, it's like horrendous. Like there's a lot of there's many users out there, right? and they don't go as low as doing that in a park. I'm sorry. She has to smoke, and that's why she needs so much. That's a good point, Susan Boyle.
She looks like Susan Boyle.
That's terrible, taking people's hard-earned money for... Yeah, it's horrible. She's made thousands, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's probably made more than frickin' most people that are working full-time. Exactly, she's begging while being housed. It's just awful. Like, I understand someone begging if they genuinely have nowhere to live. But, like, she's... if you...
Mandy Dingle.
Emmerdale.
Oh.
But even if you see this bag here, she's got a duvet in there, she's got clothes in there, telling people she's rough sleeping, and she literally just lives around the corner. She'll be going... See, Lucy Lockett, that's the most dangerous part, though. Doing that in the groin is actually where it's deadly. And I believe even when she's in the documentary, she was actually doing it on her hip. So I don't even know how she's still doing it. Good, thanks. I'm so grateful for you bringing this awareness. It's absolutely no problem. She's on now, looking for... Oh, hello, Richard. She's on... Is she on live right now? Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, she's been doing it for years. On her old account, she demanded a vulnerable woman give her money, and she handed her money. That's just awful. Oh, she's not on live. Fair enough. Something's definitely up with her today. She was so moody on the live. Something's happened. I think, well, she got beaten in a battle. I don't know if that's what... I don't know if it's that, or somebody has told her about us. We were recording the live, and people were mentioning about Tesco's and stuff. However, I think... But I do believe that she's possibly going to do some rugs. I believe that's what she's actually doing. Request to battle her. To be fair, we've done it a few times before we even had that video. It used to come up saying invite Maria Sully, and I used to be like inviting her. She would never accept. She was on begging earlier on, Tash, but she wasn't on for long. Something's happened to her today, possibly. Don't know what it is. She's made £17 so far today, it says on Tickly. Yikes. Well, yeah, because loads of people were gifting her when we were streaming it. And I'd say, why? Why are people gifting her still? I don't understand. That Jezza was hilarious. He got her told. I know, exactly. Even Jezza could see through it. I asked her today if she had eaten just to see what she would say. She was eating on live as well, I think.
Yeah, I saw her eating.
In terms of eating, I'm hungry. I'm actually hungry now. She asked what everyone was doing this weekend. I said work and providing... She's blocked me. She's horrible. Yeah, she's blocked us. She blocked us as well. She blocked us. She sent us a message saying that she doesn't make hundreds on TikTok and that we're bullies. And I was like, well, you do make hundreds on TikTok. You made £72 that night. That's like near £100, but you're making that per day. You don't even appreciate your gifters. You don't even appreciate the people who give you money. You know what I mean? Thank you for the gift, but we will say, like, gifts aren't necessary to us. What we just distribute them back out to other people live who deserve it. Sometimes, like, I've seen like the live of the Down syndrome kid who sings, and I've used the gifts to send to him. or other actual disabled people, not people like Maria Solly who pretends to be disabled. She said on live she had a bad day and was very short-tempered. I hope it's something else. Maybe people in Brighton have woken up, Tash. Maybe people in Brighton have went, you're that woman off TikTok. I'm not giving you any money. I wonder if she's had less money today. Also, don't forget TikTok takes 79%.
No, that was after.
I think the amount that she gets is after TikTok take the cut. So even when she got £72 that night, that's what she's actually getting. So she probably made literally hundreds in that night. So she's trying to be funny with me, saying, I don't make hundreds. Well, you do. I understand TikTok takes a cut, but you still got £72 out of that. I'm blocked because I kept telling viewers about the documentary. Yeah, she blocked me first on our Richard and Charlotte account. She blocked me first, because I was the one typing, saying, go to a food bank. There's many places which don't need a referral. There's some churches that give away food, because at the time she was saying that she needed money for food and that she hasn't eaten for 2 weeks or something. And I actually felt sorry for her. I was like, yeah, she's a bigger woman, but you should be not eating in 2 weeks. And I gave her some advice. Like, go to a food bank. There's some churches that don't need a referral. I got blocked for that. And I was like, wow. Neil, don't bully her, though. It's not bullying. We're just stating facts. I can't believe people gift her and they seen her on the street, they would walk past it. So, sadly, though, Nat, some people do give her in Brighton. I understand why Brighton is named like the friendliest place. Because I think people actually do give her money. There was people stopping by when before we recorded and stuff. It's wrong to bully people, just block her. She's blocked us, Neil. It's funny, she keeps promising to wash her hair, yet goes live. She's just fried an egg on it. Well, that's what I said, Samantha. I was like, what you washed it with? Crisp and dry. But the thing is, like, when she did wash her hair, I was like, oh, I went to Richard off. At least she's doing something for herself. I think she is doing better for herself. And Richard just looked at me like, are you stupid? She's just washed her hair to try and tell everyone she's recovering, and then saying, look, I'm recovering. I'm definitely not spending all my gifts on you know what. Please gift me. And he was correct. He was correct from the very start. Exactly. Who is bullying? And Neil, go and spend your last pennies on her then, and see how you feel about it. Because if she has I believe she deliberately doesn't wash to do the street begging. Because when you walk past her, you know, she looks genuinely homeless, but she's not. It's a way for people to go, oh, well, she mustn't have a facility.
Yeah, she washed all her hair that was in January, though.
Oh, is that when it was?
Yeah, because they said she washed her hair. BP would have bought all the oil off of that for her. But I'm just saying, that was in January when she did it.
But that just goes to show her TikTok money goes on nothing, not even hygiene products. The thing is, Samantha, people have actually donated this stuff to her. When she's been street begging.
Or maybe we need to do that when we go to Brighton and when we go into town next. I'll just go there with some like I don't know, sanitizer or something, and just go and hand it to her, and then go, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely, Hannah. You're correct. Well, we'll be going into Brighton sometime next week, probably.
Maybe Monday.
Monday we'll probably be back in Brighton. Or maybe not Monday. No.
Why not Monday? No. Probably Wednesday.
Probably actually. Wednesday that would be in Brighton. So
yeah, Wednesday. Actually, we can't do Monday. We're actually busy with working and stuff Monday. Wednesday.
You two people will be like, but why don't you leave people? It's up. Oh my god, I'm gonna actually pin this comment, right? You think it's okay to cosplay as a rough sleeper, cosplay as a disabled person, scam people out of money, grab people in the streets for a quid, coerce vulnerable people to an ATM to make them withdraw money, target the elderly. You think that's okay? Bingo, granny. I'm your worst nightmare. Come on, Maria, get off. I'm in Brighton tomorrow until Tuesday. Everyone keeps gifting off they will stop doing because of feeding the habit. There's a vid on here saying she lent her wheelchair. Yeah, that was our video. We had found this on YouTube, a video of her from many years ago. She was homeless in London and she was with this she was with somebody called Neville. And she was lying then. Isn't Bingo Granny one of her other names?
Probably.
I swear down, there's a particular. I'm not sure who it is behind these accounts, right? But the ones that are having a go at us, it's like sticking up for Maria. And
Oh, do you remember? See that Jason Pullen?
oh yeah, she used to steal from here, her old neighbour when she was
that's
married
not
to my
actually
cousin.
Him, though, is it? I don't think it is.
I have no idea.
I don't think it is him. I don't think that is actually Jason Pullen. That's her ex-husband's partner.
Cousin.
Yeah.
No, I think it is. So that's what I'm saying. Pullen isn't her real surname, is it? We need more of the T here. Trust me, it's really Jason. Fair enough. So give us some more of that T. So she was married to your cousin. That's correct. So Pullen isn't actually her real name. Oh, she's still on the beg, is she? Yep. She was just on tonight. She's still doing the streets as well. Not her real name, just my cousin's surname. Yeah, I thought so. That's what I'm saying. No, like, nobody knows our real name, to be fair. It was about 6 this she was on. Yeah, we were live streaming it. All the time. People gift her, she will carry on. Should get her cancelled. The thing is, I think the main problem with Maria and the Sully Soldiers is the Sully Soldiers. The people who gift her are part of the problem.